me show the operation of EB500 shortwave power amplifier with the MRF300 LDMOS transistors and the touch screen. Let me take attention at one point that initially the amplifier is being started in the auto position, which could be used with the automatic band decoder. Say I do use with my ISO transceiver. If someone have no such a decoder, the band switching must be made manually. I will show how it operates. If you have to switch off and then switch on the amplifier, say to reset the errors, the amplifier will always start in the auto mode, so do not forget to select the band to operate. Well, this amplifier is made for 5 watts output, but my radio is connected to the amplifier through the 6 decibel attenuator to prevent the high level ALC power spike which is being produced by 100 watts radio at the low power levels. So I'm driving almost 20 watts from the radio, which is almost 5 watts on the input of the amplifier. Well, the internal power meter is calibrated according to Bird 43, which have a slug for 2500 watts on shortwave bands. Let me show. We see 500 watts on the Bird and on the internal power meter. Let me add 1 watt to the amplifier, to the radio output, which is exactly 5 watts after the amplifier, to show how it works. I will switch off my automatic band decoder and use my fingertips instead. Now, in a CW mode, I will turn it to auto mode and switch on my band decoder. then SSB on 20 meters, all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all 1, 2, 3. Okay, next step is protection system. Let me return to packet mode, central position of short waves, 14 megacycles. Now I will change my dummy load to 25 ohms from 50 ohms. It will represent the stand wave ratio on the output as high as 2 to 1. If I try to transmit, the high SWR protection will be engaged. To reset it, as I told, I have to switch off and then on 10 to 15 seconds later. Meanwhile, I will decrease the driving power to the half normal level to show that the SWR 2 to 1 is okay for a reduced power on input and then output. So if antennas are not matched, you have to reduce the output of the amplifier. If I add 1 watt more, the high SWR protection will be engaged. Okay, now I return the 50 ohms dummy and normal power on the amplifier's input. Okay, next step is 15 meters. This is the band with the highest output power. Well, let me raise it for 6 watts on input. We see that the high power protection is engaged. Once again, I switch it off, return to normal power level. Then 12 meters. Once again, I add 1 watt extra to show that the high current protection was engaged. Switch it off, return to 5 watts level, and we see that it's okay. There is one more protection inside the amplifier, the high temperature. It will be engaged when the temperature of the copper plate will rise up to 65 degrees. This protection will not be reset by mains. It will be reset when the copper plate the temperature of the copper plate will go down to 55 degrees. It takes a time, so do not operate at the higher temperature. When the copper plate temperature is rising above the 40 degrees Celsius grade indeed, the cooling fan will rise its speed, and the noise will rise as well. When the temperature is getting closer to 50 degrees, I advise to raise the front of the amplifier by some way to make the easier airflow to the cooling system, because the heatsink is in the bottom of the amplifier. Well, I think it's enough for this device.